Jack Daniels of the Boxing Trainers Channel. And dig this, man. I'm smiling and elated because I haven't been on in almost 2 months, right? I haven't been in a position where I can come on and do what I do and do what I love to do. You know what I mean? And that is discuss, talk, you know what I mean, or entertain about some boxing. Today, we got some serious boxing jumping on, right? And that's why I cut ties with the fact that I said I wasn't going to come back on until I got back home to Arkansas. But as it states today, I am still in California, right? Actually, California is my residence, but there is the property in Arkansas, right, which I spend some time there. And the holdup was that I've been like traveling, man. You know what I'm saying? The first part of my absentee was about traveling. We, the family, and I, the wife, the daughter, and the son-in-law, took to um, the air and went to New York. Right. This was during the time that Danny Garcia was retiring, and the son-in-law and I went to see that fight. Right now, I got some clips and stuff other event. Which as soon as I get home, right, and get into my proper environment, right, we're gonna do a lot of that content, right. New York is literally amazing. It is one of the best states, especially when it comes to boxing, right, that I have ever been through, right? And see, it's like when it comes to my love for the sport of boxing, right, I try to get around to see who really is participating in boxing. But let me say this in all fundamental affairs to New York. New York so far is number one when it comes to boxing, right? So, anyway, I came on today, right, to introduce today's bout, who, in my opinion, of most import to me, right, is Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. That fight, in my opinion, is a 50-50 fight. And in that regard, um, I'm looking forward to Devin Haney prevailing, right? Now, nothing against Brian Norman Jr. I want to make that perfectly clear. Brian Norman Jr. is an excellent champion. But I just don't think that Brian Norman Jr. has the expertise to deal with a Devin the Dream Haney when Devin the Dream Haney is at his all-time best. And I believe at 147, the welterweight division is fit primarily for Devin Haney. As Devin Haney gets older, his body begins to develop into um, to manhood. Not saying he's not a man now, but we get to manhood in stages, right? And at this juncture, Devin Haney still got some growing to do. But I don't think that the 447-pound division is the only division that Devin Haney will be able to champion. But he has to first get over the hurdle with Brian Norman Jr. And that in and of itself is a task. Brian Norman Jr. is by no mistake a bum. Brian Norman Jr. has an excellent record. I believe it's 28-0 with like 24, 25 knockouts. Who would think that Brian Norman Jr. wouldn't be an excellent opponent for Devin Dream Haney? In my opinion, this fight is going to be a fight for the record book, right? I think that Devin the Dream Haney will go in there and tear Brian Norman Jr.'s expectation of winning down, break him down, all the way down, right? That's the only way that Devin Haney is going to be able to beat and prevail over Brian Norman Jr. He has to be sharp enough to figure Brian Norman Jr. out. And there's a lot of chatter about Brian Norman Jr. in the sense that he can cut the ring off. We're going to see. We're going to see. You can't just talk about cutting the ring off. And I'm saying that as an ex-boxer myself. You can't just talk about cutting the ring off because a dominating boxer position is to be able to get out of the way of every punch. So we're gonna look forward to today and the start. No, the undercard is about to start, and I got to get busy. So that being said, I love y'all. I appreciate you. And wait a minute, let me holler at my boy before I roll. Shout out to D-Max-CG. What's going on, boy? How you doing, brother?
To make matters worse, to get even, Mickey's crew got stoned one night and they started
Uh,
cops houses.
uh, The Mexican G said he thinks Brandon Jr. will get the win. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, brother, but I don't think Devin Haney can afford to lose at this junction in his career. And contrary to the fact that Brian Norman Jr. is also a dog, I just don't think that he is able to figure out Devin the Dream Haney. That being said, I love y'all, I appreciate you, and I'll see you when I get home. Later.
They asked me again about you and the Jew's wife. Yeah, what'd you tell him?